What's the deal, collector? What it do, though, tribe? What it do, though, divine? Yeah, I'm back here doing a live. Just got done shoveling my driveway and doing some work around the house. So I'm just sitting here on live, just showing up. How everybody doing today? Yeah, so yesterday I cooked me a nice meal and I had it for lunch today. And it's gonna be for dinner today. So um, I'm just here to network with people, link up, you know, through YouTube. That's what I do. I don't come on here just to talk about God and don't take the action to move forward with the spirit to connect with other individuals here on YouTube. This is the only platform that I have. I have a Facebook page, but I only go on there just to pretty much message, use Messenger to talk to some people that I'm friends with on there. It's not many. I only have maybe 7, 8 friends. So I don't do social media. I just do YouTube now. That's what I do. Yeah. So it's about taking action when it comes down to speaking about the spirit, the Holy Spirit, whatever your spirit team is. It takes action. And it's an everyday process. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year. Total conscious action. Not just speaking and talking about it and living in a fairy tale world, speaking about the divine. It's not about just talking about it. You got to be about it. You got to do the work. So I guess today I can be on here on live and other people come in and come into the this space here on my channel. And if you have any problems, any questions, I'm happy to answer them. How you doing, Irving Jacks? How you doing, man? Elimai Fuji. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but how you doing today? What's up, bro? God bless you too. Uh, Star. We got Nicole Jr. We have C Simers. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Sunflower. How you doing today? How you doing today? We have Sakin Rye. Sunflower. You play steel and brain rot. Huh? Yeah, I guess so. I play whatever. How you doing, Sakin Rye? How you doing, Sunflower? She's back. He, she. You play steel. Yeah, I guess I play it all. Have you ever seen what Crisco does to a gentle wart? No. Um, okay, add me, add me. Where are you from? I'm from Orlando, but I live in Springfield, Massachusetts right now. Yeah, I don't mind if you spam the page. It don't bother me. I'm here to speak about my ascension process and who I am. No, I don't play Roblox. I'm an adult. I think Roblox are pretty much for kids. I tried to play with my son, but um, I don't understand and I don't have the time. But thanks for the likes, everybody. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming into my channel. How you doing, George Newman? Hey, thanks for being a fan, George Newman. I appreciate it. Thanks for being a big fan. Appreciate it. You get it. Thank you, Collective. I appreciate it, Collective. I'm finally able to go live, George. And do you know, George Newman said, do you know Gabe Owners? I'm not sure who that is. I don't know who that is. C. Mercy asked me, are you speak Russian? Do I speak Russian? No, but I like Russian people. Russian people are some good people. I can't say that. With me being a melanated American being, which means a black American um, man, Russian people, the only people that don't see color. And I work with Russian people and they good people. I like Russian people. Um, Sumatra asks, "How you doing, Sumatra? What do you think about India? Be honest, please. India, beautiful spirited people. I love the curry. I love the food. I'm a big fan of Indian food. I love Indian food, like naan bread. Oh my goodness, I could eat naan bread all day. I was in yeah, I probably would go there one day. If I'm guided to go that way, I wouldn't mind. I'll go anywhere. Yeah, I would love to come to India. Summer. Where are you from, bro? I'm from Orlando, Florida, but I live in Springfield, Massachusetts now. I live in the snow. Snowing outside. See this lady, she's trying to get up the hill with her car. I think I may need to go help her. She had a bucket. She had a bucket out there and trying to put the salt down so she can get up the hill. I hope she doesn't slide off. She made it. Good job. My favorite movie is Forrest Gump. I love the movie Forrest Gump. That's my favorite movie. It's a miracle. What's a miracle? Life, like seeing another day, enjoying the fresh, beautiful, clean air that you take into your inner being. Um, shizzle, some sort of fruit company or something. Here's 1 a.m. night. What time is there? It's like 2:30 here. 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, New York Standard Time. She made it up the hill. Yeah, she made it up the hill, right? Yeah, I wanted to go help her. I seen her putting the salt out there earlier. And she made it up there. You know, being on my channel, once I'm able to go live, if you check out some of my shorts, you'll see me on the truck, you know, like going to different cities, different states. I just left from Miami and I, you know, took videos as I was driving, so I don't really um, like to do that while I'm driving. Where are your wife and children? I'm not married, I'm single. The divine God is my everything. So, my son, I have one son. He's 22. I'm 49 years old. I have a 2-year-old granddaughter, and they live in Orlando, Florida. Still, I'm up here in Springfield now, Springfield, Massachusetts. So I like my peace. I'm not really into like dating anything like that. I have other important things to take care of. You look you look so cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. You look cool too. um, yeah, I I guess I can be, you know, have a cool look. I used to look even cooler, you know, when I was a, you know, back in my younger days when I was the cool guy in the neighborhood. Now I'm a grown man and I have to put in work. So if I still have the cool look, that's a plus. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you for the likes. Simon Schra asks, what do you do for a living? I drive truck, 18 wheelers. If you go and check out my shorts, you'll see exactly what I do. I've been driving trucks 16 years now, and so um, I like it. I love it. it's really hard work. A lot of people think truck driving is like, oh, they're a truck driver, but it takes a lot of work. Share your great moment of life, great of all time. Um, my life moment, the greatest of all time. Hmm. I can tell you a lot of those lifetimes. A moment where it was the greatest time of my life. My breakthrough, like now where I'm living now. I went through a lot to get to where I am now spiritually. So I guess I say living here now in this place, I think this is the greatest time of my life here. But I've had a lot of great times and a lot of hard times too. So I'm thankful and grateful for both. You are a truck driver, or you are the holder of Optimus Prime. Yeah, and Metatron also too. Optimus Prime and Metatron, not Megatron, but Metatron. Yeah, I'm a great truck driver. I'm a really good truck driver. Shizzle, I'm trying to avoid hard times. Trying to avoid hard times. Man. Um, what do you call hard times? Maybe I can help you with trying to avoid your hard times. I don't mind trying to speak and help guide you. That's what I'm here for also. So I can kind of, I've been through hard times. It's still hard times now. I mean, they never go away. So they're always going to be hard times because um, the way the world's set up. I'm pretty sure you're not born with what they call a silver spoon in your mouth, where your family was always rich and had money. Even those people still have hard times. So it's always hard times. You just have to take it a day at a time, and take it at a conscious thought at a time. And sometimes you have to sit in place and just go through something. So that way, once you grow, go through a hard time, and you get out of that hard time, you just learn the lesson. And now you move into duality. If you're gonna stay in that position, or are you gonna break through and shift and move into a better direction because you don't want to go back to that last hard time that you were in. Now, when you're moving forward, you made it better. Now there are going to be more hard times, so they're always going to be there. You just have to keep moving it every day and believe in yourself. Just trust yourself and just pay attention to yourself and listen to yourself. That's all you got to do. You have to communicate and um, have connections with other people. Yeah, but use your intuition. When they say the devil on this shoulder and the angel on that shoulder, no, that's just your higher self. Um, so you just have to keep working through all of these things to better your position to your likeness, to your peace, to the way you want your life to be. Even though knowing that you're going to have hard times coming ahead after you're done with the hard times from yesterday, last week, last year, 10 years ago, or whatever. And then, every day is going to be a hard time. So you just got to stand strong and um, make the best decisions and choices what's best for you. So that's just using intuition. I'm gonna slide back down. I hope that helps. What's your dream that is not happening yet, but you want to do that? Um, I don't have like a particular dream. Um, because like you can have a dream, you can dream something, and once you accomplish it and you get there, then you're gonna want to dream something else. So it's just life. So I don't really have dreams or anything. Like my life is vast. Like I have things everywhere. I'm here to work with people and help grow communities, financially and emotionally, mentally, and things like that. So I'm here on assignment from the Most High. So whatever He wants me to do, I just do it. Like that's why I'm here on YouTube. So thanks for the question. just wasting time with the wrong people, getting in trouble. I'm being good now, and when I'm good, things get easier. That's true, Jizzle. That's what you have to do. If you know you around the people that's not good for you, and you can see yourself making the wrong decisions by being around those people, and you pivot and you move in another direction, and not saying that you're gonna just stop dealing with those people and talking with those people and communicating with them. You know how to keep your distance and know how to tell them no and set up your boundary lines, and they won't cross them. They still can be your friends. So you don't, just because they're still doing bad things, you're gonna rub off on them, hopefully, and have them turn and go the same direction as you. So that's a good thing. Just keep working, Jizzle. You're doing great. I'm gonna subscribe to you. I'm really curious to know about foreign. Yeah, I'm foreign. So yeah, I thank you for wanting to subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you. Jizzle said true. He speaks the truth. Yeah, Jizzle, I do speak truth. Because I have to be in truth with myself. And if I'm not in truth with myself, I'm only pretending with everybody else, and then I'm still not going to be comfortable. So why do I need to pretend with somebody else, and then knowing in myself I'm not being truthful to myself, and because I'm only pretending because everybody else is only pretending. They're sitting there pretending that okay, let's say knowing like uh, if I'm gonna give you a good example, I'm gonna try to figure out an example. Like, okay, like me, I drive truck. Okay, if I go and hang out with people that's drinking and smoking weed and stuff like that, and they telling me, "Hey man, you can drink and smoke. It's not gonna bother you, you know. Oh man, you just have to clean your system out at this time before you take the drug test." This other guy, he was doing it. He smoked every day, but when his drug test come up, he just keeping fake pee, and he go in there and put the pee in the cup and do all these things. Why do I need to do all that hard work when I can just say, no, I don't want to smoke and drink? Because like I don't want to put myself in a situation where I can lose my job and I won't be living. I won't be able to pay my bills. And then like they're not gonna help me. The same person that told me that, they not around when the drink and the smoke gone, they gone too. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna listen to somebody else that's gonna guide me in the wrong way, and I know better than to smoke a joint. And then now I can know 5 days later the drug test come up and I'm worried, and now I'm living now I'm in this situation in my own shoes, and this person can't do anything for me. So I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation like that. So I just don't do it. You know, I can still hang around those people, and eventually, just like people like that, you end up moving away from around them because you'll be so kind-hearted and good-hearted to them people, and they still want to play games with you and all that stuff, and you can still be kind and keep your boundaries, and they'll work their way away from around you and think you crazy or you different. This, that, and the other, and they'll go and tell everybody else, think it's going to bother you, it's going to hurt your feelings, but you don't care. You don't care because you know what you have to do, Jizzle. You know you got to go and whatever you got to do in life to keep your life in position. Instead of falling out of position and going through hard times, you want to stay out of the hard times because you know every day there's more hard times. Every step you take, like every connection that you have, work, your family, your girlfriend, boyfriend, or your kids, or whatever. Like it's always gonna be situations where you're gonna feel like it's a problem, but it's only lessons. That's all they are. So you have to look at it like if you have to go through something hard, it's only temporary. So it's gonna, and then you just use that as a motivational tool to help you make the right choices that's best for you in life. And you just keep doing that over and over and over again. And it'll never stop because there's too many other people like those people want to misguide you that's out there. They'll never stop. They'll never stop coming. I'm always around those people, even just in business. So really, I don't have friends. I don't date. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm not looking for that. Like, so I just pay attention to God. And I didn't know I had such a connection with God until my awakening about 5 years ago. And so I went through a lot of different things, and I went through, um, you know, going through a situation like with my family, like they don't talk to me no more, and everybody's gone. And so now I'm in my peace, and that's the best place to be is in your peace, and that's freedom. Spiritually, when you're in peace with yourself, then if problems come up, you know how to handle the problems. So it just takes you just staying to yourself. And if there's other people that's like you, then that's, hey, I applaud you and those people that can, encourage you and move in the same direction that you're moving in. That's great. But with me, nobody. Everybody want to play games, and I just keep bobbing and weaving is what I call it. So yeah. Um, Symmetra Act said, "You don't think so every time I ask question. That's always an ask before my live people interesting." Yeah, that's very interesting. Jizzle said, "I'm trying. Gotta leave people behind sometimes." You got it, Jizzle. You just have to listen to yourself, Jizzle. That's it. Just keep doing that. You got it. And like I don't have to tell you anything. I can just help you remember these things that you need to do. I'm not here to preach to nobody and tell you if you don't do this, do that, God gonna, allow the demons and the devil to come into your life and cause disruptions and I don't do that because this reality. This is not a fairy tale world. Just stay being real, Jizzle. That's all you have to do. Just stay being real and stay being yourself no matter what. No matter what. Period. I walk around with all this royal drip on, like spiritual stuff. I have feathers and people may look at it like, hey, why is this guy walking around with this stuff on? And I have my ankh on and my third eye. I have my crystals in here wrapped in my copper piece. It look like some alien type stuff. I can talk a lot about that kind of stuff too. So, people, but this is um, my spiritual story. So it sounds like to me, Jizzle, like you really connecting to your spiritual side, and you don't need religion to do these things. It's all you have to do is just listen to yourself. You already there, Jizzle. You're doing great. I can't say that. I can feel your energy just by the way your comments are the way you put the words in your comments, and you really are a good-hearted person no matter what somebody else thinks. They may, and I can tell you going through something probably similar as me. You're starting to see some different stuff, and you could be around people and they can say one thing, and then they could say something, and then you'll say it back to them, and then it was like, then they'll say, no, I didn't say it like that. Then they'll try to switch the words up and say it a different way, and you sitting there like, and then they look at you like, nah, like they'll look at you like this guy crazy or this woman crazy because that's not what I said. They thought I said one thing, and then you know how that goes, and then you'll know that you're really on a spiritual journey, and that's what's really be happening is you're really awakening to your spiritual divine essence, and you have to really pay attention to that because you're not going to be comfortable no matter where you go. It's going to keep coming back around, knocking on your door like, hey, and that spirit talking. That's like and you have angels and things like that help guide you and protect you in situations where you're around the wrong people, so that way you can see yourself because it's all about you as an individual. It's not about everybody else with all these projections. They want to try to make you think you need to do this and do that to have this money. You need this money to have this car, to have this girl or this guy, or to be popular, or to have friends. You don't need friends, not at all. It's lonely. Like with me, it's tough. Like like yeah, I would like a relationship, but right now I'm on assignment from the Most High. Like I'm an earth angel, so I have to respect that because it's only been proven to me who I am. And I can't unsee that, and I can't unsee the things that I've been through, and I can't unhear the things I've heard. And it's proof all over my life. Like this picture right here. I received that picture from the Most High. Sent me that picture, and he said that's who I am. And I say that to people, and they think, "Oh, this guy crazy, or whatever." I know what I went through when I got this picture. I went through a lot to get this picture. Like, and I didn't. It's an actual painting, and I took a Google picture. I used the Google tool to take a picture of it and see if it's on Google. It's nowhere on Google. This is the only one painting, and I know what everything means in this painting. I never had a painting a day in my life. So yeah. Um, Symmetra said, "I'm sure in your young time you had. I guess I had too many girlfriends. No, I didn't have too many girlfriends, but um I've had a lot of girlfriends, but like if I had one, I didn't really just try and have 5 and 6 girls at one time and things like that. I um I take that kind of stuff serious once it comes down to being intimate with another woman. And I don't like men. I'm like, I like women. If I was that guy that liked the men, I would just be there. I say that, but that's not me. So, um, when I'm with a woman, I if you've been intimate with a woman, you can end up making a baby. And then if you have a lot of girlfriends, let's say you have 5 girls at one time, and then you get all of them pregnant at the same time. Now you got 5 babies on the way. I only had one kid. That's how responsible I was. When it came to having different girlfriends and things like that, that didn't matter because I always knew that I was spiritual and connecting it, with something that was so spiritual that I didn't want to have a lot of girlfriends too. That didn't make me. That didn't build my character of who I am as a human being. So when I was, 16, 17, and 18, yeah, you had guys was like trying to make you think like that. Like I was like explaining to Jizzle, they would tell me, "Oh, you man, I got like 3 girls and blah 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 blah," and things like that, to talk. So they would do that, send me those projections, and have me think that I needed a lot of girlfriends. And I kind of was talking to, like when I was 16, 17, I maybe had maybe 3 or 4 girls that I talked to on the phone. We didn't have cell phones back when I was back in that time when I was 16 and 17. So I had girls who would call the house, and I was still on the phone all day. So um, yeah, I experienced that, and I didn't like it. Like playing with somebody's heart. So I didn't have a lot of girlfriends. And like now, that's not even important to me because what's important is me sharing information about my life and my life experiences with you all like Jizzle need a little help with something, and I was able to pass on some information that could help that person out. So, and that's what I do. I talk a lot anyway when I'm around people. So, um, some people they don't like that because they want to be the main one talking. But I'm just a great leader. That's all. So that's why I talk a lot. So I don't mind being here talking on YouTube. Jizzle said I stopped dating because I was I wasn't a good boyfriend. You and your truth, man. You and your truth. Just man, you all right. You all right, man. A lot of people can't say stuff like that. They don't want they want own their own mistakes or own failures, or if they're looking at something wrong, they don't want to say, "Oh, I looked at it wrong." Okay, and then somebody can come back and say, "Yeah," just keep guiding. You can say, "Okay, I got it now," and you can follow somebody. You can be teachable, and that opens the door to a lot of blissful things in the future for you. It really does. Just keep being that way. Just being honest with yourself. That's great, Jizzle. Hey, I'm proud of you. Okay, Sumatra. I'm a doctor in my country, a medical student. Oh yeah, Sumatra, you're a doctor, a medical student? Wow, that's great. See, yeah, you don't have time to date. You can't have time to date because you have to do so much studying. You have to help fix people when they're sick. And I appreciate you for that. Like I know a lot of people do, so your life is always busy. And I appreciate you for all you do. Thank you for everything that you do. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. It really is. Yeah, so I who I am, I like I was saying, I'm 49 years old, and about 5 years ago when I was like 44, I had an awakening, a divine intervention in my life, and it's and it got me to start this channel like a year ago. So um, that's why I'm here. It's just divinely guided, by my angels, archangels, my spirit team, and I go by the name Aikiem Pleadian. A lot of people, they won't just come out and say things like I'm gonna say here. They don't want to talk about it, but I've experienced all of these things. Like I go by Aikiem Pleadian. I'm not a Pleiadian. I really wanted to say Pleiadian Aikiem, but some people know who Pleiadians are. And I started when communication started coming in with me from the supernatural. It was Pleiadians, other beings that would communicate with me and started talking to me. Then it was my archangel, and then it went straight to the Most High, the Creator, source of all things, creator of all things. And when you go through this stage, yeah, if you look at my first videos from like a year ago, I was stuck in a room. I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't do nothing because like what they call the devil was on me. Like I couldn't work. I couldn't keep a dollar in my pocket. I was stuck in the room. My family was trying to attack me all the time with arguments, and I had to stay stuck in the room, and I couldn't really eat because I didn't have food, and they would get food stamps from the government, and then basically didn't want me to eat anything. So I would go like 3 days without eating. I dropped down to like maybe 135 pounds, and like now I'm picking my weight up, and I'm used to being like about 180. So now I'm about 155. So I'm still down some pounds. I'm working my way back to my good healthy self. So I have a little more work to do on that, but um, God pulled me through all of that, and I had to go through that to come out on the other side to be able to do lives here and speak about my awakening, my ascension process, and talk about God. It's the mother and the father God. I had experience with the mother God. Like I didn't know who she was for like 5 months. It took me 5 months literally to figure out who this was that was coming in my energy, like and talking, and it was so different. It was very, 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 very hard, like being in her energy, like because and then like with God, the Father God, He's all unconditional love. But Mother God, she's kind of scary. Like like she don't mess around, but she loving and caring. Like and she knew a lot about me, and she would tell me things like, okay, in February this is gonna be happening and stuff like that, and then in December or like let's say like in February coming up, this is gonna happen, and then in May this is gonna happen, and when she was telling me those things, things started releasing in my life, but it didn't happen overnight. I mean, I had to keep working through things, and I was looking for things to come in and happen like right now, and now I'll end up in Springfield, Massachusetts, and I'm still going through hard time. So, yeah, so that's what my channel is all about. My when I speak about my awakening, my ascension process, and I don't shy away from it. I don't care if people call me crazy or think this or think that or whatever, but it's true. That's why I'm here. That's how I get this picture over here. But yeah, so I speak about a lot of those things. So if you want to ask questions about anything, I'm here to answer them. So Sumatra asks, Well, said you get my old question. What was your old question? Um, I'm sure your time was. What's the old question? I'm trying. Okay. Oh, maybe I didn't understand your question. It says you don't think so every time I ask question. That's always an asked before by live people interesting. I just said interesting to that, so I kind of answered it. I just really didn't understand it, so I didn't mean to skip your last question. But if you can rephrase it and ask it again, I can answer your question the best to my best ability. Yeah. So, but I'm gonna keep just talking because spirit, wants me to keep talking about things. So now with me being in Springfield, so what I'm doing now is I'm starting to get ready to launch businesses. So what I do is okay, so Marjorie said I was asked about OnlyFans, what new generation do with their life. I don't like I kind of know what OnlyFans is, but I don't go on OnlyFans. I don't know what OnlyFans is. I think it's some kind of I think a lot of like people go on there, like women, I would say, and it's kind of like a sexual site. I don't go on there, so it's not for me. Like whatever that is, I don't have Instagram. I don't even know how to go on Instagram and look nobody up. Um, all the other platforms, only thing I have other than this is Facebook. That's it. I don't really go on Facebook either, but to only to video chat with someone or talk to someone I don't, when I don't know their phone number and on Messenger. So, excuse me. Yeah. So, I don't know about OnlyFans. So, yeah. So what I do is, you know, what I would like to do is help communities move forward into the future. Okay. Great man, you are really a optimist, a star from another universe. If you know, you know. Thank you so much, Sumitra. You exactly right. I'm different. Like some people star seeds, some people are earth angels, some people a lot of other different things at this time. Me, I'm an earth angel, and I'm definitely high ranking in spiritual realms. So I definitely have celestial protection all the time, always around me. So it's not nothing to brag on. To I'm this. I don't do that. I'm just a regular human being, but I'm not a human being, but I'm only a human being. So I appreciate that. I definitely come from another star system. How it came on YouTube. The Most High, like he started telling me, he teaches me like, oh, don't have background music, and I did it yesterday, not paying attention and listening, and then I think my video is like it uploaded from my live from yesterday, but it had like a copyright restriction thing on or whatever, so I can't play music no more. Period in the background. So in the Most High, like he's in the physical. He a regular human being like source, like and people that they can say what they want to say, but it took me like when he first came in my energy, I already knew who he was. You know what I mean? So, um, like he's in the physical. He just got me. Like he just really come in and just show unconditional love and support. He don't come in commanding me and telling me and stuff like that. I have healing. I still have things I have to heal from and things like that, just like everyone else. So, um, because the way the world was set up, the way the world is set up, and all the programming is, it wasn't meant to be this way. So now we're fixing it. So now we're in the process of bringing the kingdom of heaven upon the earth. So that's like my responsibility, my major responsibility. So I have a lot of other things that I have to work. Um, I have a lot of other things that's in front of me that I have to put together. So that's why it's important for me to come here and network with people. I don't care who you are, where you're from, as long as you show respect, and um, you want to move your life forward. And if you've been working on yourself or you need help with working on yourself to put yourself in a better position, and as long as with your family, then I'm here to network with anyone around the world because I have a lot of tools that I can use to create businesses to help communities move forward into the future, the right way, the heavenly way, the angelic way, correctly. To me, I'm an angelic divine being. You know what I mean? So this woke up as a human being, and it wasn't easy waking up like this. Like, and you have stuff telling you who you are. You're like, what? And you get a little worried and scared, but then you're like, nah. It's like I've been listening to God all my life, and I'm not religious. I don't really know the Bible. I don't know about religious stuff. I can study Buddha. I can study anything Muslim, Christianity, Catholic. It don't matter because it's all the same thing, really. It, you know, and just it's just the connection with other people. When they're talking, they can use their story, and then you'll be in spirit together, and you can help evolve. It's one. That's why I do this. Is oneness. You know what I mean, for the whole world, not just make America great again. Let's make the world great again. You know what I mean? So that's how I get here on YouTube. What is you most bad experience in life? My most bad experience in life, dealing with witches. I didn't even know witches existed, but dealing with witches and warlocks and stuff like that, dealing with like that type of underworld stuff that came to my life that I didn't even know it existed, and it played a lot of games, and they still kind of do, but I know I can handle a lot better now. So that's yeah, dealing with witches. I can say that. Like I deal with a lot of witches that come in my energy in a way, and and it was hard dealing with it. I still deal with them, but some of them learn like all that stuff. Learn how to respect me now because of who I am, and if I don't speak my truth and claim my position, you know what I mean. Like it's somebody that's gonna take it. That's what they're waiting to do. Take my position. I mean, it's not nothing great, nothing to brag on. Look, I got to work hard every day. If you see my videos, you see me on the truck, and I'm driving truck. I'm working hard as hell. You know what I mean? So I have to pay rent, here to live, and I still have to check this out. I still have to this is my bedroom here. I'm still working on it. See, I'm sleeping on a blow up bed. That's a blow up bed right there. Snowing outside. I got to deal with that. There goes some kids over there snow sledding. She's getting ready to go down. Let's see. So I got to go downstairs and yeah, but that was my worst. That was the worst thing. Kids out there snow. I flip it around. That's a park over there. I live in front of a park. You don't like the cold? You moved to Nevada. Seen enough snow for one life. I know what you mean. Yeah, so this is my living room. I don't have no furniture, and I'm still working. on getting everything. Like I don't have no help. It's just me. But I like it that way because if people start doing something for you, they start expecting things back from you. So grew up in Illinois, Chicago suburbs. Get to yeah, you get down to like -20 over there, -10. It's really cold in Chicago. Oh yeah, man, Chicago is man, it's really cold. Yeah, Springfield is actually, I didn't think it was so cold here because I lived in Rochester, New York, um, for some years, growing up as my teenage years, and so they get a lot of snow around there, and um, I didn't. I thought that was like one of the worst places, but like it's kind of the same thing here. I like Springfield, but I don't like the people. They, if you ask somebody to hear a question, they tell you your whole story and then answer the question like they really don't want to answer your question, like they gotta tell you something, like if you don't know it. So I don't like those kind of people that does that. If I ask you a question, just give me an answer because I already gotta think something else like really quick. So yeah, but I like Illinois. I really wanted to move to Illinois to what is it called? Oh man, what is the name of this place? Bolingbrook, Illinois, which is outside of Chicago. I like Bolingbrook area, and I was hoping to move there, but I'm here. But it's better for me to be here because I'm starting up a produce um, produce company where I buy and sell produce. But I'm going to be a broker where I go to the farmers and buy the produce by the truckload, and I sell it to the local produce company. So I'm going to be a produce distributor because I grew up like picking oranges, apples, cucumbers, tomatoes, bell peppers, like pears, peaches, all of those things. All my life, I was a migrant worker. So, you live near Juliet. You live in Juliet. I like Juliet too, man. I used to go to Juliet a lot, and deliver, have deliveries there on the truck. I like Juliet. You live in a nice place, man. Juliet is really a nice place. I know exactly where that is. That was one of the places that was on the board for me that I wanted to move, like Bolingbrook or Juliet. And it's another one there. I can't think of the other name of it, but yeah, Juliet is really nice. And like you can look in certain parts of Juliet, you can look over if you get on this bridge. I don't know what area that is. I used to go across this bridge and go to this warehouse, and I could see the city of Chicago from the bridge. And that was man, that is so beautiful over there. Really nice. You can see this how you can see the city. The building like skyline is really beautiful. I like Juliet. It's nice. But yeah, I'm starting a produce company, and I'm having workshops. That's why I have my board over there, my race board, to start holding workshops, so I can start, networking with people all over the world. Um, and like just you here in America, you out in Nevada, that's what I mean. Like I'm looking for people to work with, like when it comes down to things like that. So like on here, I'm gonna have workshops and showing people how you use the produce business to help grow your community, and it's easy, So um, I'm moving in a position of creating other financial markets for communities, not for corporate companies. Like people want to go in the stock market and look at all these counter charts. You don't even have to do that. You don't even have to do that. You can do that type of stuff right in your own communities. I don't care where you are in the world. You can do that kind of stuff. Like um, I was on one of my workshops. I speak about like how you can use the produce business, like to you can use the produce business to get into the produce business. I have what we call 369 Galactic Angelic Empire. So that's like going to be the collective here working together. I'm going to be working together with people as I go move forward with being here on YouTube on live and hosting my workshops and showing people like this can be done. And it's like this, I can show it. I can show people this all day, but if they don't have the blueprints, then they're not gonna be able to move forward with this. I can give you the blueprints, but it takes work, and you got to know how to speak the lingo to be in this business. And a lot of people, would tell you, "Oh, don't tell everybody your dreams or what you're working on." Why not? Why not? I mean, I don't have to tell people. If somebody can take it and try to do this, okay, you can do it over there, and you still won't get in my way because farmers need people that can really help them out in the communities other than the corporate companies like Walmart's and Costco's. They go out and buy the seeds and the nutrients and the things like that to plant the seeds and take care of the crop and then harvest the crop and then pay them pennies to stock the produce in their stores and Walmarts and stuff like that. And they're using corporate money to do these things, and the farmers, they can barely pay their bills. And that's sad. I mean, it starts with the farmers first, man. If it wouldn't be for the farmers, it wouldn't be us. How are we gonna live if we can't eat? You can't eat meat all day, every day without having vegetables. And farmers, they have to have cows. But I'm into the produce business, and so what I do is want to start with the produce business, have people coming in can show you a system that can help you in your community, and then like you can like people um, send their kids go to uh, public schools. I know I got a system that I'm sitting on that I'm working on now where I can take three teachers. It's only making $45,000 a year, and put them at a margin where they can make over 800,000 a year, all three teachers or four teachers, and teaching curriculum that's going to help the future that we're moving into. So it's going to help the kids move into the future in a comfortable and better way where they can support their own communities, not just with the old literature that we had from when I was in high school. That's not going to work with all the technology and all this technology that's coming out now. You can't use the old curriculum to guide people into the future with the AI stuff coming in and all these other things that's happening. And I know a lot of things is happening that, you know, I know a lot. I know a lot that the average person don't know. Let's say like it's only 0.01. It's only 0.001% of people that knows things that like me that I know. And that's not to brag on, cause shit, it's hard fucking work. I don't gotta say it that way, cause I said to that end, just like you better get out of my way, cause I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, like, cause people need it, man. You know what I mean? Like people need it. Like especially teachers, they don't need to be in a school where kids are forced to go to school, and teachers are pretty much forced to teach because now they went to school, college to get this degree, and then they owe 150,000 for this degree, a 4-year bachelor's degree. They owe 150,000 in student loans, and they in debt, and they only making 45,000 a year, so they forced to gotta work. You gotta have a job, so you gotta use your your degrees to get the jobs, so you can so you can have the experience, and that's where they trap us at when they do us like that. And I know how to break those things and give people a little easy and give people a way where they can, it can alleviate some of the stress from being forced into something that you thought was going to be good because it was a dream that somebody else told you to be a teacher or whatever. Then when you got there, now you have around the kids with all these different personalities and and all these. It's a lot going on. School shootings and stuff like that. There's a lot going on in schools. So I think this way, with me starting out with the produce company and bringing other people in, and we working it together and working with the farmers and letting the farmers know we using this money to grow our local communities. We don't need the government money. You know what I mean? And we can create our own schools. We don't need to have these big universities tell us we need to pay $50,000 a semester to go to school. That's 2 semesters, $100,000 a year for 4 years. That's 400,000, and obviously your family got to have money like that to pay for you to go to college to to receive that type of education. And a lot of us don't. 90% of us don't have a family that can pay that kind of money, for us to go to school like that. So a lot of people get grants and however they do it. I don't know how the education system works. I only been to the ninth grade and that's it. I don't have an education. I just watched and saw everything, and I use my spiritual gifts to see things like this, what I'm speaking about now, that can actually help grow communities. So my biggest, that's my biggest, that's the biggest reason why I'm here on YouTube and going live. I don't come here to joke and talk and play games with people. Like, I mean, if people like that, go to another channel because this channel gonna be boring to you if you don't want to talk about evolving into a better human being. Because we knew we was taught the wrong way, and so we're tired of taking stuff, what I mean, have to live a life that's not comfortable to us. And then we have to live like other people live just to get along with people and to be able to communicate, to live in a house, with somebody because you can't afford to live on your own. So now you got to be forced to think somebody else's way. Hell no, we ain't doing that no more. No, we ain't doing that no more. So that's why I'm here speaking about, my life, So, and I know a lot of other things. I have a lot of technology stuff that I'm sitting on that I don't even know nothing about. If somebody knew about technology, we could start speaking and talking. And hey, I can maybe send you a project and let you take a look at it and say, what can we do with this? And let you lead it. You know what I mean? I can be a follower, and what I mean, allow somebody else to lead it with something that they're professional. That they specialize in. If you specialize in something, I can't come in and look at what you're doing and then try to critique everything that you're not doing and try to tell you how to do it the right way when you already know. You showing me and teaching me. So I sit down and be quiet. What you need me to do? That's it. I'm not gonna ask you 1,000 questions. I may have to repeat it back to you so I can hear it myself. So that way I'm okay, I got it. So now I can have your ears, your eyes, and do it exactly the way you need me to do it. And not adding a little bit of mine because I don't think that's right. Even if you're gonna make a mistake, if I know it's like something that's gonna be wrong, it's not for me to tell you that. Hell no, I'm gonna go and go that wrong way with you. You know what I'm saying? So that way now when you see me that we going the wrong way, and then I know you'll be able to see it and say, hey man, I went the wrong way on that. So let me try it this way. Okay, let's try it that way. It may be the wrong way again, but we'll get it right eventually. You know what I mean? It's not. I mean, I can't come in and argue with you when you're under pressure like that, and it was the wrong way. Like that's how you learn. That's how you learn is by making the wrong choices, wrong decisions. Like if you already knew it, I mean, like that's not life. That's why it's beautiful being a human being, though. You know what I mean? But we are really spiritual beings having a human experience. You know what I mean? It's not the other way around that we're a human being having a spiritual experience. Like, you go to church and, oh, God, and do all this. Like, wait a minute. You got some people, they'll pray, God, please. Man, some people been doing that for 30 years. Don't you think God be like, hey, man, shut up, man. Don't you think I heard you 30 years ago? You keep asking me the same thing. I'm tired of that. You going to have to, man, I got other people to worry about in a worse situation than you. So like, why are you gonna keep begging me and I just keep praying to God about it? But then they'll tell you, oh, pray and leave it alone. Which one you want me to do? Keep praying to God about it, or pray to God and leave it alone, man? Nah, like, see, and that's where the confusion come in at for me with going to churches, which I don't mind. Like you have some people that can preach and there's real prophets and speak from God. Like they really do that. You know what I mean? And you have to have your discernment and use your intuition to be able to to stand in your truth and say, I see this person that don't feel right and sound right. I'm not gonna force myself to listen to this person because everybody else doing it. You know what I mean? Like these, you have some of these spiritual leaders that are in these religious groups, and that's leading the people, and they word is God. So then they tell you, there's only you can't worship no other gods but only God. But these people playing God. You know what I mean? In these you know religious places, man. So we don't have to do that because we all individuals. If we, you know what I mean, tap into our own inner being and sit with ourselves, it's hard as hell. It's hard. You know what I mean? My ears ring so loud. I can't sit down and meditate, do all that. I don't do that. I still talk shit and everything too. You know what I mean? But I know how to balance light and dark. You know what I mean? And that's what we have to do. And that's the beautiful thing about it because it's free will. You know what I mean? If you know you be around, you're gonna be around dark shit all the time, man. I don't care. You walk out to the door and go to the store, you gonna come like the cashier gonna give you attitude because you ask, hey, last week I came here and you had the Arizona tea, you had the watermelon kind, mixed with the lemonade. When you gonna have some more of that? I don't know. We didn't have none of that in. I don't know. I can't help you with that. They'll start doing that instead of them saying like, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I can ask my boss. I think we usually get a truck in every Tuesday. So, and he usually restock maybe every Tuesday and Thursday. So you may want to check back then. And they see that's why it's always good to be a professional no matter what you're doing. I don't care if you're a cashier at McDonald's. Stay being a professional because it's gonna help you 10, 20 years later down the road. That's what it did for me. When I'm on the truck, I check my tires if not every day, every other day to make sure the tire pressures, at the right pressure points because I don't need to be going down the road and my tires on 90 psi, 90 pounds of pressure, and it's supposed to be on 110, and I've been riding around like that, and now it went to 80 and to 70 so quick, I'm gonna have a flat, and then I could be out there just all the way out in Nevada in the middle of nowhere. 3 hours from anything, and now I'm broke down on the side of the road. Who gonna come? Nobody not gonna come and get me out there. No, so I need to pay attention to my equipment. So, and that takes being a professional. Like paying attention to your truck, make sure it have oil, coolant, all those type of things. So that way, you can get more life, work life out of the truck. You know what I mean? So I know about trucks. I've been doing it for 16 years. I've been around logistics about 21 years. So I know a lot of different things. And so with me being into a trucker, and I've learned the logistics part of trucking, like that's the key to the whole world. Literally. I know how the whole world operates now without an education. And it was logistics. And now I see how people, when they saying these companies have these stocks, now I know how they do the stocks. All they do is buy a bunch of stuff, put it in a warehouse, and wait for somebody to buy it and order it. And so if it's in the warehouse today, and now today people call in these orders for these truckloads of this product. Now that's how your candlestick's moving up and down on the charts through this kind of stuff, through logistics, whether it's land, air, or sea. It don't matter which way you're going with it. It's still logistics. Some warehouse got to hold it, like Amazon. That's all they do is buy a bunch of truckloads of stuff, sit it off in the warehouse, and wait for somebody to order it online to ship it to you. Why we can't do that in our communities? We can do the same thing they doing right now. I guarantee if you go on Google and ask for you go on Google and ask for cheap truckloads of goods. You put in like cheap truckloads of merchandise, cheap merchandise by the truckload or something like that. However you want to say it, put it in right now in Google and look it up. You're gonna start seeing what they call lots. You can get a truckload of stuff for like $4,000, $5,000. Okay, now you get this truckload of stuff for $4,000 or $5,000. You can get like comforters, spoons, plates, cups, dishes, desks, chairs like this, but you don't know what you're gonna get really when you get it. And also you can buy what they call lots. So you can buy it by the pallet. You might want to buy 6 pallets of some merchandise. Okay, you buy the 6 pallets of those merchandise. They might say, okay, it's $200 a pallet or $100 a pallet. which they call it a lot, but you don't know what's in there. So now, let's say if you ever been to a flea market, you go to a old grocery store. This is one of my ideas. I just give it out right now. You go to an old grocery store and it's closed down. Okay, I can go in there. Okay, they may say, okay, we want $5,000 a month. Okay, I take $5,000 a month and pay that. So it may be $15,000 to move in there. I can pay that with the work I do now. Like I have worked myself to this point, I can purchase something like that by just me working driving truck. I can make that happen in like 3 months. I can have the money put up, the 15,000 to pay for the building, and to decorate the little stuff. But I don't really even have to decorate it. All I need to do is set off sections in there, open it up like a flea market, and just have people that they come out and rent out booths, whatever you good selling at. You just open up a little shop, I rent out a little space, may say, okay, $150 a month for this space. Now you got, let's say, 100 people, and they paying let's say, $100 a month for each booth that's inside of that old grocery store, and they pay 100 a month, and then that's 100 people for 100 a month. That's $10,000. You're only paying 5,000 a month. Now the other 5,000 is gonna pay for the electricity, the water, the gas, the whatever you need to go towards taking care of the rest of the payments for the utilities on the building. And then you can have your own booths in there selling your own produce to the community. And some people can maybe be good at selling chicken and beef, or you know what I mean, and being able to be butchers and stuff like that, and giving people good food, not all this trashy food that's out here. Now people can go to a place where they can buy old antiques, they can buy really good clothing. You know what I mean? You can buy the truckload of stuff like 5,000, have you a whole dollar store in there. That's the only way the Dollar Tree did it. They just buy truckloads of stuff like $3,000, and then they put everything in the store. That's how they started. It's just everything a dollar. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how product. You know what I mean? That's how commodities move, like this way. So that's like one of my ideas that I was working towards. I'm looking into to help communities. That way you don't have to go to Walmart to try to get the cheap stuff. You already got the cheap stuff right in your same community. You're not gonna get rich in like one way. Like if I'm gonna buy a truck and go and excuse me, I'm gonna spend 200. Let's say I want to do a trucking company the right way. So I'm gonna spend 200,000 on just the tractor. Then I'm gonna spend another 100,000 on just the trailer, the brand new trailer. Now I got brand new equipment. That's gonna cost me 300,000 for that. But I'm only gonna make maybe 450,000 off that one truck a year, which it'll be okay, it'll be good, but still, it's gonna take me maybe 3 years to pay this truck off. But if I'm smart, I'm gonna live on this truck for a year that's brand new and try and pay it off in 2 years. So it's gonna take me 2 years to literally live on this truck, not living in a house, so that way I don't have to pay bills here. You know what I mean? And just put everything back into paying that payment off on that truck. Then now it's gonna take you another year. Now you can go and live in your home, and it's gonna take you another year to rebuild your whole life again and to have your true trucking company. Excuse me. But if you know trucks like me, I go spend 30,000 on a truck. I get a refrigerated trailer. I like to haul refrigerated goods. I can get a refrigerated trailer for about 25,000. So that's about, let's say, 60,000. I can spend into a truck versus 300,000. And see, some people can't do that because they don't know what type of equipment to go buy and how to do these things. And so that's one of my things that I want to work on is like helping people get their CDL. So I do have a company that I'm going to be launching also, where I'm going to be a um I want to say so many different things. You got to excuse me for a minute. I want to be a recruiter to help recruit drivers to other companies. So this is one of my businesses that I'm working on now. And then I have a lot of other things that surrounding just that, where I can set up, different things, different perks to help drivers the right way, the correct way, and match them with the right companies, and match the right companies with the right drivers. So that way I can vet all the drivers through my company that I'm working on as we speak now. Um, um, I can vet them, make sure they background check, their work history is good, and they check their references. and just place the right drivers with the right companies. And that's a business right there. That's not even hard. Like that's why I say I can network with people around the world because you could do logistics around the world. Because how you get stuff from China through logistics. Okay, it come from a truck. It come from it go. They make it in the warehouse. Either way, something got to take the product more than likely from a field, some type of field, whether it's sand, cotton, more than likely it's there to food. You know what I mean? Because it takes like the sand, mud to make metal and to make glass and cotton to make clothes and stuff like that. And obviously you get, it takes food. You got to go to a farm to get the chickens and the eggs and the onions and the peppers, the apples, the cucumbers and lettuce and stuff like that. It takes a truck to do all of that stuff to go get the stuff, take to the warehouse where they got to take care of it and work everything. Let's say, if I'm gonna go pick up apples, okay, I got to go to the field and pick this stuff up in the field to take it to the factory and have the factory bag it up and everything, package it, put it on pallets and load it on a truck. And then the truck got to take it from, let's say in China, to the port. That now got to go on a boat. Then they got to go, when they get on the boat, it got to go back on the truck again to the warehouse. Then when they get to the warehouse, when somebody ordered and they want it, like excuse me, let's say it's coming off the ship from China here in New York City from the port. Okay, now you drop it in New York City in the port. Now it goes in the warehouse. Now somebody ordered 5 truckloads of apples from Florida. Now I got 5 loads got to go back on the truck to go back to the customer again. And then when it goes to that customer, now they got to get a smaller box truck to put this freight on the box trucks to go out to the community like that. So everything takes a truck to do everything. And trucking is the most is the um, trucking companies make more, which we call logistics, make more money than any other business in the world. Trucking do. And a lot of people don't even know that. You sitting right on this stuff sitting right under your nose, and nobody don't teach you that. And I just saw this stuff because I lived this and I experienced this. So when I share it with people, how you can, set yourself up, you and your family up. I can set you up where you can create generational wealth, like people like to say, for you and your family, the right way. And I can help communities, move forward into the future better this way financially. So this is a whole new financial market to help the local communities. Not you gotta send your money through a broker and get on all these counter charts and all that stuff on Robinhood and stuff like that. I don't mean knock nobody for that. If that worked for you, that worked for you. But when you want to talk about building communities the right way, this is the easiest way to do it. You got to work with the farmer. This is what I want to do, and I want to make sure the farmer get paid. I don't want to be giving the farmer pennies. Let's say, like with me, I can get a truckload of watermelons right now coming up in May. I could buy a truckload of watermelons for $6,000. I could bring it right up here to Massachusetts and sell that same truckload for $14,000 and make an $8,000 profit. Now I could pay a trucking company $3,000 for hauling it. I just made $5,000 off one truckload of watermelons coming up here, and they gonna buy them because it's watermelon season time. Everybody like watermelons, and they're expensive up here, but they cheap in Florida. I just continue to do stuff like that. I know where to get them and everything. I can buy anything all over the country from any farmer, and I know how to go to the farmer and talk to the farmer. So this is one, and so with me doing it that way, instead of me buying them 6,000, I'm like, no, I don't need $5,000 a truckload because I'm being a little too greedy. Maybe if he gonna sell me this load for 6,000, I want to make sure that farmer can grow and keep going. We can build a better relationship and we can keep networking. We keep growing together. Let's say I give him 8,000. Man, I just go ahead and give you 8,000 a load. You know what I'm saying? So then I make 14. That'll give me 6,000. I pay somebody 3,000 hauling. I just made $3,000. I just gave 2,000 back to the good, to something that can help somebody else, another farm. Now he get new tractors. He ain't got to make payments on these big tractors. He can pay for that stuff. You know what I mean? Cash. And he don't have to struggle. He could be, you know what I mean? He don't have to worry about his problems and all the stuff he got to go through. He be up day and night out here, you know what I mean? Like growing this stuff and harvesting it. It'll take a lot of work. Farmers work hard as hell, man. Farmers are the hardest working people in the world. Any farmer anywhere, nobody works harder than a farmer. Because when it's harvest season time, let's say for like apples, they've been growing the apples, spraying them, keeping the bugs off, and stuff like that, and caretaking of the orchards. Now when it's time to harvest, they don't sleep for 2 months because they got to have these apples picked by November the 1st because they're going to fall off on the ground. They're not going to be no good. Now you can only thing you can do is sell them for juice. And then like they give you pennies for juice, but at least you get something back. See, I know all of these things, and this stuff can help communities grow because that farmer can take his money and show somebody else, say, hey man, you got a 200 acres just sitting there. How about if I grow some apples over there? I plant some apple trees, and they can work out a deal that way. They can help somebody just for letting 200 acres just sitting there. It ain't like waiting for somebody to buy it, whatever they do with it, and you paying taxes on that every year on 200 acres. Or if you don't pay taxes on it, the government ain't gonna take it up. People like to, fence it off and put a couple cows out there so that way they can say they can pay less on taxes. However that works, why you want to play them games instead of putting stuff out here that can feed people? You know what I mean? And then you go in like these grocery stores and they have these bananas sitting there and they know they're gonna be bad tomorrow. They still want 59 cents a pound for them. Like that's crazy. Why you want to play that game? There's people out here hungry. Why you not just giving them out like you buying too much? And that's what the corporate people are doing. They buying they throwing away people money. So that's why when you losing money on these stock trading sites, that's where it's going to. A lot of it's going to the produce market, man. So when you seeing bananas are spoiling and going bad, rotting on these shelves, that's your money if you in the stock market. Some kind of way is in there somewhere. They got a whole lot of they got the stuff. It's like a rat in a maze. If you can figure that out, you don't need to figure it out because you just can see it. Even if you don't even invest on the stock market or do that kind of stuff, you might come across stuff now. They have a lot of things out here that can teach you the stock market, and sounds like it makes sense, but who knows? I don't think it's gonna be that easy. You had people going to school for so many years before all the technology came out to help you trade on these sites like Robinhood and stuff like that. And I don't think the other people that went to school for all these years and built this system is just gonna let you just walk in with no education, no experience, and just get rich and make more money than them. Hell no. I mean, respectfully, you can't be mad with them. Think about it. That's what you got to see. That's why I wear this third eye. Like, yo, you have to use your third eye, like to be aware of these things, man. That's what the third eye for. People say it's the evil eye. Nah, you know what I mean. You just seeing stuff from a whole nother dimension. And I can keep going on about a whole lot of things like this. That's why I appreciate y'all sitting here on my lives. Thank you, Jizzle. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I respect you, man. Like you good peoples. You know what I mean? So I share stuff with people. I can sit here and tell people this type of stuff all day. And I can show you how to do it. I can show you how to do it and show you how to make easy money the right way. And that's why I'm here to network with people. I tell people this stuff. Hey, man, you want to buy a load of watermelons with me, man? And we can sell it. Buy a load of watermelons. Oh, yeah. You mean like sell them on the corner? Hell no. Man, I'm not about to do that. No, I'm gonna buy a truckload of watermelons. Yeah, I know this one guy, he would get a load of watermelons and get a Penske truck and put them on there, take them out to Georgia. They start giving you a damn story about what somebody else did. I don't want to. I just asked you, did you want to? I know you got a little money. Do you want to invest a little bit of money with me? And then we pay for this load. We picked up on Monday. They'll drive it up to Connecticut from Florida, and Wednesday they'll drop it. And then like now, let's say we made 5,000, we split. You just made 2,500 in 3 goddamn on days, man. Why would you come in and tell me about somebody else? I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I run into a lot, and that's how I know who I am. Because you know what I mean, like people can see something on me that other people can't see. Maybe I know I look a lot different in person than I do on camera. You know what I mean? So, and I go through a lot of that. So, that's one of the reasons why I'm here. You know what I mean? It's this thing spiritual. So, and excuse me. And I just use my spiritual gifts to share information like this with the whole world. Like, look in your country, wherever you at, in whatever sector you are, whatever sector you live on this planet, on this plane. You know what I'm saying? It's money sitting right there in front of you, but you're looking at it the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're looking at Amazon, man, you can do the same exact thing in your community. Let's say we network together, we start buying and selling this produce and moving this produce, and then we get enough money. Hey man, we got about a couple million. Well, let's go on and see we get a warehouse and start storage and stuff, and we start putting sales teams together. And I show you, I can guide people on how to reach out to people in the communities to buy and to buy the produce. Then we can go from there, into buying merchandise. You know what I mean? By the truckload, stocking them up in the warehouse, find little stores, all it takes a little store. Oh, they want $1,200 a month for that. And then somebody in the community, hey man, you just got your 401k, you wanna put in like 10,000 with me, go in on this, we go half and half, get this little place and buy this and buy these merchandise by the truckload and put them in these little stores. You just decorate the stores up nice, and you don't have to do a lot of work in the stores. Like, cause really you can just have it like make it look excuse me, what they call it, just make it kind of look old. You know what I mean? 'Cause some people like that. It don't have to be, you can start from somewhere. You know what I mean? It's about the community. Excuse me. Now that place right there can help supply the community with even cheaper and better products than, going to Walmart. You ain't got to go in Walmart and walk all through. Nah, you don't have to do that. They said he just took all this stuff from the community, because when I was a kid, we would have to go to the meat store to go get meats. Then we go to the other place, we get canned goods, and then get a certain type of meat there. Then we go to another place to get clothes. Go to another place to get shoes. We used to go to five different stores in one day to go grocery shopping. When I was a kid, your mom say, y'all come, we going grocery shopping. What, man? You running and hiding. You don't want to go grocery shopping. You know it's about to be all day. And I'm going to stop by and check this place. Then they got to stop by a friend's house. They talk. You leave at 8 in the morning. You don't get home till 8 at night. Now you got to drag all this stuff in the house, put it up. Man, that was a whole day of work going grocery shopping when I was a kid. I didn't like going grocery shopping with my mom. And we didn't have a bunch of toys and definitely no technology. We had phone booths. You had to keep a handful of quarters to make a long distance call. You know what I mean? Excuse me. That's the way it was set up with us then. But now with all the new technology out, why you can't grow stuff like this in your own neighborhood and do the same thing? Walmart, Target, BJ's, all them other same companies doing. That's all they doing is buying truckloads of goods for cheap and putting them in the stores. We can do the same thing in our community. We just got to work together. That's why I do this, like oneness. We just got to work together. That's it. You know what I mean? Like I can't say I'm here in America and America, the greatest country in the world. Man, hell, no, the world is the greatest world in the world by itself. The whole world is great. So let's make the whole world great again. We don't want to sit around here and be taking stuff off of people and we can't even see what they call the elites, the secret societies, and all this other stuff, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like they can't. And that's why I can speak this here and speak this truth, because this one of my responsibilities. This is one of my kingdom responsibilities to help the masses of people see that right in your own communities, instead of these corporates coming in, you can grow your community this way. Especially now with technology, you don't even need public schools no more. You don't even need public schools. There's other curriculum out there that's online. Kids go to school online. They don't need to go to these schools and be forced to eat the food that's there. Just not know, you know what I'm saying? It's okay, but it's really not good. All kids nowadays are coming home talking about how horrible the food is. But most of the time here in America, especially melanated American beings, I say that because we, blacks, like, the mom, like, it's a single parent home, and it's usually 99% of the time, it's the mom by herself taking care of 3 and 4 and 5 kids. So she can't make lunches for kids to go to school every day because she gotta work. She tired. Gotta do laundry. She gotta do so damn much. I had my son when he was 12 years old until he got out of high school. And I was a single parent, and it was hard as hell. I'm like, man, I respect women so much. Oh my goodness, boy, you gotta raise yourself up through teenage years. Then you gotta get in a relationship with somebody now, and you know what I mean. Now you gotta make the baby, you gotta carry the baby, you gotta have the baby, and then you gotta still take care of your husband or your boyfriend, and you gotta work and do up and still take care of yourself. Oh man, you tell me who the most powerful thing on the planet? A woman. I give him that. I ain't even gonna front. A woman a lot more powerful than a guy. We just got the muscles and go to battle, but they can sit down and think and smart. That's how I know it's a mother God. That's how when she came in, I'm like, okay. And I always thought, I'm like, they say, God, God. I'm like, wait a minute. If we have, okay, if it take me, I'm a man, I need a woman to make a baby. How come God don't have a wife? Like he should have a wife. No, God just God Himself, and grew up saying that, and then like, nah, man, it's been like a year ago. It's been let's see, it was this May. Yeah, it's been like a year now since I was I had clarity, you know, on who she was. That it was a real action mother God. You know what I mean? It's like she real, man. Like what? She don't play, man. She don't play the radio. I'm telling you, for real, man. She don't play the radio, but she good people. Like now, the Most High, my pops. That's why I call God the Most High. My pops, man. He laid back, cool, loving, caring. He really very sensitive. He is very, very, very sensitive. Like me, I deal with him in the physical, and like he's sensitive. Like you know what I mean. Like you can hurt his feelings. You know what I'm saying. Like and like me, I don't like that. You know what I mean. So and when people say they close to God, like if you had experiences I had, you'll see why. Like oh nah, that ain't true because it can't be like. You would protect him like, oh hell no, like nah, man, yo, you better get, because you don't want nobody saying the wrong thing or whatever, because he really sensitive. You know what I mean? That's why he loves unconditionally, no matter what. But the mother God, that's the justice. That's the one you got to deal with when you talking about God say He gonna send you to hell, He gonna burn in eternal fire, whatever. Like on Judgment Day, that's who you got to deal with in the spiritual when you go to the other side. Her. I'm telling you, and she don't come in bragging like that. She started telling me who I was and stuff like that. I was like, what? I'm like, man, I used to break down and cry. Like when the Most High first started talking to me and told me some things, like I weep, man. I couldn't. I weep like bad, like like so it was so much bliss. It was true bliss, true love, like and like he spoke to me with confidence and like and I just appreciated that because I was going through a lot. Like people was turning on me, and like people was after my life, and like I had to walk around with two Glocks like to protect myself. And it had been a long time since I had to live through that. And I was driving a truck, I had a nice house, and I was living in, and just like I needed somebody because I'm out here trucking so hard. And like when I'm speaking about the companies I want to try and that I'm gonna be building, I was trying to work with people like that, and they was trying to use me. And like I didn't see them, and I didn't know them. Like I've been a street nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like don't play with me, man. I can't hide that. You can hear it, you know what I'm saying? You see it, but I'm different now. You know what I mean? So that's why I can balance light and dark. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I can be worse than the devil. We can, all of us can. So when they saying, "Oh, the devil this, that, and other," yeah, they might come and try you and play with you, but you already on the face around with evil people, or what they call it. But I just call it people that's in their south node energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my north node energy, but I can dive down in south node energy and match that fucking energy and let them know, man, don't play with me, man. Like, yo, I'm good people. Like, you want to come? Like, I ain't got time to play. I'll hand your head in your hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, if you want to play, because, like, I want to think about what you did to other people before you got to me. That's what I don't like when you mess with other people. If you come to me, it's good. You know what I mean? But other people, you did this to other people. Now I feel like you got to pay for what you did to other people. You know what I'm saying? But, like, now I don't have to do physical battles and stuff no more. Most High told me that, like, yo, you don't need to do that. So I have spiritual protection, like angelic presence, like protection, like they will show up. They will show up, man. They done did the celestial, like right there. Man, I tell you, this right here, I got this on my desk. I seen the exact same thing in the sky. Big as heck, man, so big. I walked out of the pizza place. I was with a girl. She's like, "Oh my God!" I'm like, "Whoa, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is that right there?" Like, man, like, oh, like I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I was stuck. I'm like, whoo, man. I'm like, oh man, like, man, what I'm supposed to do? I'm talking about big, man, that blocked the moon. I'm talking about, man, they talking about the little flying saucers. That's nothing. Pleiadians say, oh man, that's the technology like Arcturians and all that. Look, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something. When I talk about Pleiadians, people think I just be talking and playing. I'm gonna share, excuse me, two things with you. You can look this up. You can go on, if you go in your Bible right now, if you got a Bible. When I talk about Pleiadians, Arcturians, you can go in your Bible right now and look up Job. Go in the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 9, and read that and watch what you see in there. And people, they think I just be talking. I ain't got to be talking, doing all of that. Nah. Let me go in my garage right here. This my mom got this right here for me. I just got my stuff in Florida. I got to fix all this stuff. Wait a minute. Let me find what I'm looking for. Man, I got stuff that came to me. I can show people that's in the Bible. You would think I put a spell or something on you. I got two Bibles right here. I was trying to read Bibles and stuff. I'll show you something. Yeah, you can go on Job 9:9. And you're going to see Pleiadian Arcturians in there. Like, some of them don't do it. If you go on Google, it's not going to see it. It look nice the stairs, but that's hard. Going up and down stairs all the time. Use my briefcases. Well, that's cool to do without us cleaning the snow off the sidewalk. That's why when I say I'm the son of the Most High, like, I didn't know I was like this. I didn't. I drew this right here when I was in jail. I seen all of this. I seen this first. It was the first one I seen. I seen this. I seen this. And I seen this one. In the sky. This one right here was like protecting me. Just came out of nowhere. Boom! It was like 200 drones flying around. And I'm like, what the hell going on? Like, and that one came out of nowhere and they disappeared like that. I tell you a lot of stories about the celestial. Like I had, stuff watching me, like CIA type of stuff. Like for real. Like stuff like trying to run up on me. Like, man, I went through a lot. I got verses wrote down. Like, man, let me see. I'll show you. When I say Aikiem Pleadian, look right here in this Bible. I'm gonna switch it over here like this. Job 9:9, which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and the Pleiades in the chambers of the south. They got Pleiades here in the Bible. And people want to think I'm crazy when and they go Arcturians right there. I don't get nothing from, I never got nothing from them, but these two this one first came in first and communicated with me, then them. But they came in communicating after Archangel Michael and Metatron and all those other archangels like that started coming in talking to me. You know what I mean? And then it was like the Most High. And then it was like all this other stuff went on. So I don't come here to brag about, man, it's hard as hell being me. It's not easy. Man, it's not easy at all. Like people, they want a position to say, "Oh man, I'm with God and stuff." Man, yo, so much demonic stuff you don't even know about from to come at you so bad. That's how I get the witches on my trail. I didn't even know the witches was real. What? I'm talking about telling me stuff like, man, I've been through a lot. So now, you know what I mean? I started this channel, I started doing my shorts, and I started getting, when I was able to, I started getting, um, what you call it, subscribers. And then I started getting up to 50 subscribers, and I was able to go live. It's been like a week, but I had to be in position. You know, I have to wait on things. And that's the hard part for people, like waiting for God to do this and do that. But really, you're only waiting on yourself. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, like how Jesus said, like, you know, he didn't, you know, let's go back. Like he said something beautiful. Um, he said I stopped dating because I wasn't a good boyfriend. And see, he knew that. And that's what it takes. You know what I mean? Like to that means you tapped into spirit because you know. And then that's how you run into people like me that can help guide you. And I know when you having a you know, um, like supernatural stuff start happening in your life. Like that's what they call it, like me. And like this, like a lot of this, I was put in jail because of spiritual attacks. And I was writing this, and I was drawing this star right here first, and then next thing you know, I just got this picture right here from God, like in the physical. And this star was in there, this star right here. And I know what all this stuff right here means. I know what everything means in the background over here. And I just know it. And like I can't be wrong because I've been through too much. Then like where I live now, I can tell there's a full court basketball court across from where I live. And I'm telling you, like, I know that's God, I know that's him when he's like, think I forgot about you. And I can tell when his mother God, because like, man, and how God is, he always remind me to eat. Cause like I was malnutritious, I almost died. You know, right there in front of my family, it was trying to tag me, put me in jail for no reason. And when I talk about God, because I was having these experiences, my own mom didn't want to even give me the benefit of the doubt. Look at this. I was at a truck stop. Look, I get running to this ice cream, and I found these vegetables. Like a truck driver, the people didn't want them. He left them on the ground, like 15 cases of this stuff. These right here, candy yam, cauliflower, like everything. And then so I was talking about doing produce, and then like that showed up. I'm gonna show you this one too. And then so I was like, I sat him over there. I sat him over here for a minute, and then I went and bought this deep freezer, a nice deep freezer. It came with a light. I was like, okay, man, full of vegetables, fill it up. All the way to the top. And so when, like, you know, like when people say the universe be talking, like I ran into that. So now I got vegetables for the year, and I know that's the mother God made sure that was lined up in spirit. Like and like if I wouldn't have been following my intuition, I would have never even seen that. Cause I was just about to go another way. I was at the truck stop. I was gonna get some diesel, and this low vibration guy that worked with me, he always talked negative stuff. He was at the truck stop and it was kind of full, and I was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and get out of here. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm like, nah, just go ahead and get out of here. And I was gonna turn around, but this truck is in a way. And his truck was in the way, and I'm like, let me just cut through here, and then I had to go through the parking area, and they have a gate there where you have to pay for parking. And I didn't want to go in there, and I was like, go in there anyway. I went in there, and I came out, and I was coming around, and I saw like 15 cases of boxes just sitting on the ground. And it was just they was fresh too, frozen, like they wasn't thawed out, and I picked them up, put them in the truck. I gave a lot of them away. I still got some because I couldn't put them all there. So I went and bought a deep freezer. And that's how I know, you know what I mean? My experiences, what I'm talking about, can show you like how God moves instead of me just talking about it all day. Oh, you gotta meditate and do all that. I don't meditate. I don't meditate. I don't pray. Like every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year, I'm in total consciousness of, you know what I mean, of waking up like, God, like what you want me to do, like when I'm thinking of whatever I want to do. But then, like, I might get up some days because spiritual attacks. And, I'm looking at something like, damn, man, like I bought a car. I'm still waiting on the car for 6 weeks. I've been waiting on this car. And you know what I mean? And the people, like I paid for the car, and the people lost the title. So they need the title to, you know what I mean? So I can get the car shipped here, you know what I mean? Like 250 miles away. I got to pay a car hauler to haul it here. A nice car. And I'm still waiting on the car and I can't get around. I have to use the truck. But then, like, the company I was just working with, the guy I was just working with, I went out one week. I put $1,300 into this man's truck, and I never met this dude a day in my life. And his truck was frozen up, and I had the guy come out. This guy, like, he don't want to pay my money back. So I worked him, and you know what I mean, and worked the truck, and I finally made it back here. Friday, I made it back home, and I'm like, I'm done. I quit. You know what I mean? I was able to go to Florida and get my painting. That's all I was really worried about, and all the other stuff you see in my garage. So I put that in the truck and stuff like that. And so, yeah, man, I'm not gonna be working with that guy. I already found another job, so I gotta do the application today. I already got approved through the insurance to drive for the other guy, and then I'll be working Monday through Friday, and I don't have to go far like with the other guy. I don't have to go down to Miami and Tampa like I was doing. I don't need to do that because I have to work on my workshops, and you know what I mean, sharing with you all. So, you know what I mean. If you stay subscribed and pay attention to my channel, um, I'm gonna have workshops set up. I call them, I have like 2 already, and it's kind of really, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just being divinely guided. You know what I mean? I just come speak and I just talk and I just wait on things. You know what I'm saying? And like I've been doing this, I do this a lot often because I'm so much, I'm to myself, I'm by myself so much, and I like being by myself. And I just talk to spirit. I know how to do that now. I just like how I'm talking now. It's like I'm talking to myself, and I have whole conversations like throughout the day, just like this. And I know, you know what I mean, I'm talking to the Most High. You know what I mean? The mother and the father. Like when they show me something, I know which one it is. I can tell when it's the mother. I can tell when it's the father. Excuse me. Like I have archangels just to take them, but I go straight directly to the source. You know what I mean? And like this other stuff is jealous of that. So that's why witches knew about me before I knew about them. Secret societies, CIA, government stuff. I'm like, what the hell? They can't watch now on here. They might catch the video, but you know what I mean? Like, man, they be watching me, man. They used to. They're not allowed to no more. I have too much protection. You know what I mean? Celestial protection. So it's other things that's going on. Like I understand what's gonna happen coming up here in 2030, 2045. Like I have dates on and stuff on stuff. You know what I mean? So when I come here, I'm just calling in my tribe, and the collective. They want to work with the angelic kingdom. You know what I mean? And work with the people that's understanding their truth, no matter what. You know what I mean? Like even like Jizzle say he wasn't a great boyfriend, that's why he don't date. You know what I mean? Like, see what I'm saying? He's standing in his truth. He knew he was doing wrong, but hell, he used the wrong stuff to fix him. Like me, shit, I may fuck around and say a cuss word, and then I'm back talking back professional again. You know what I'm saying? Like. That's the way we was taught. So, you don't even have to use cuss words to be nasty and the demonic, whatever they will call it. I call them dark forces. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, shoot, the devil, the demonic stuff, they come nice, sweet. You won't be able to tell them. It sounds so good and make you think they like, but be evil as hell. Yeah, I've been through all that with them too. But I've been around people like that all my life. You know what I'm saying? So, like I have a lot of things that's out there in the stratosphere. You know what I mean? That's that's being my aura. You know what I'm saying? Like and being my psyche. You know what I mean? I just talk so much stuff, and I know a lot of stuff that other people don't know. And it's not nothing to brag on, but I come on here to let people know you don't have to keep nothing a secret. Like Masons, They know like stuff I know. They been watching me too. I didn't even know it. Like yeah, they send their little Eastern stars in too. You know what I'm saying? Like to try to gaslight me. You know, like you know what I mean? Like you know, in a way, and like all kind of stuff, man. But like now, a lot of it fell off. You know what I mean? Like they can't even touch me no more. Like they can't even come in playing. So they don't really no more. I got a little stragglers that still sit around and play. You know what I mean? Play with me, but like, why you gonna run from a demon? Hell, your cousin, your uncle, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, even your own child might be a damn demon. You don't know. If you talk about demons, you deal with them every day. When you go to McDonald's, you go to the drive-through. That's all you want. You know what I mean? Like, damn. Like, wait a minute. What you think you talking to? You know what I mean? An entity. You know what I mean? It's connected to somebody, man. I mean, this thing big. I can't sit here and focus on all this stuff and talk this stuff and speak it. That's why I don't just come here to talk to people and tell people how to live and how you got to do to be with God. Hell no, nah. He say just be yourself, man. Just be yourself, man. Cause like it's not our fault. You know what I mean? But when it's our fault, when we know better than I know if I get drunk, I'm gonna act stupid and silly. And then tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna blame it on the alcohol. No, you did that. You knew what was gonna happen. You did that. You know what I'm saying? Like so, and then you're gonna keep making that same mistake over and over. I've been there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean with alcohol and drugs and stuff like that in my life. And and I always would say, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna stop. You know, I've been spent so much money. I had maybe 10,000. Wake up the next day, man, I'm scared to count and see how much money I got left. I spent 7,000. Like, what the hell I did? Like, man, and I just kept growing out of that. You know, I didn't judge myself or anything. I just, just kept moving and trying to set myself up with the right people, but they never came. That's why I'm by myself. They never came. Only thing came was divine. You know what I mean? And like when other people went work with me, whatever, that's when Most High came in, man. It took that for real. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I mean? It really took them to come in, like you know what I mean, like this. Boom, you see me? And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, yo, man. I'm like, I ain't know what to do. Like, if I run, where I'm gonna run to? I can't run from this. I'm talking about block the whole sky. Like, I'm like, man, like, boy, I wasn't ready for this. But I was only walking with the devil anyway. The chick, they were using her. Like, I went through a lot with her. And so it's been 2 years, like, you know what I mean, since her last one, since I hadn't dated a woman or anything since then. You know what I mean? I don't even talk on the phone with a woman, any of that. You know what I mean? I have to pay attention to this stuff because it can go a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? If I move, I won't move wrong. You know what I mean? I just have to wait on stuff, like on my car. Like, that's not my fault because I paid for the car and I've been waiting 6 weeks for them. Like, when I paid some money down on the car, and then when I paid my last payment to pay the car off before I was able to take it, you know what I mean? Now when I make the last payment, now they can't find the title. Now I gotta wait 6 more weeks. I need my damn car. Like, I can't go nowhere now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to go do laundry, to wash my stuff that was in my truck, and I need to go buy curtains. I can't even go get the curtains and stuff. I had to sit in here. That's why you don't see no curtains, but on my bedroom window. Cause I went, I was able to get those, and I was tired. I was like, I just go through a lot, man. Like, so I don't, and I just wait on it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Like, I can't force the people to give me no title. I can't force them to give me no car because I won't be able to get it registered, even if I did get the car here. You know what I'm saying? So I still gotta wait. And like, who doing that? They did that. You know what I'm saying? I can't say this the demons or the witches or the devil. Nah. If it is, I don't give a damn. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I just wait on it. That's why I get frustrated. I say cuss words because, man, look, I'm tired, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, it's frustrating, man. Like, cause I could use my car, cause there's some things I need to do. I don't even know my way around the city. My sister was, I moved up here with her, and then she turned on me. You know what I mean? Like, man, she helped me get my CDLs back together. Like, that was from spiritual warfare, from me losing my license on a lie. And then, like, when I fixed it, you know what I'm saying? Like, now it's come up to be that it was fraudulent, how my license was took. It's nothing I could do about it. Now I still got a warrant for my arrest in a whole another state for something I try to press charges on somebody else. They reversed it and put it out on me. So I'm still running around with the warrant. You know what I mean? So maybe it's good that, you know what I mean, or if they, whatever happened with that, they didn't do their part to make sure I got my car when I needed it. That's on them. I just wait on it. It's probably even better anyway. I ain't running around here and get pulled over, and then I got a warrant in the whole another state. Then they hold me in like 3 weeks, and then like if I don't have my money to pay my rent, what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I could be on the truck on the load. They pull me in and say, "Hey, let's check your license and run the warrant." Now I got this load on me. I'm in a whole another state. Now they take me to jail. But now the truck got to get it towed with this load on it. So that's hard. That'd be a bad position I be in. So yeah, just I go through bad shit still too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like I got a lot of stuff being stacked up against me. I mean, it was like a lot of stuff. Like man, I tell you so many stories about a lot of stuff I've been through. Like you know, like since I was awakened, just throughout my life. Anyway, period. I used to look at stuff like, why is that like that? Like me, I got to wait on my car. Something I already paid for. I paid $1,300 to fix this dude's truck. And I didn't even know the guy. The first day I talked to him, he ran my license. My license came back good. He said he was gonna put me in the truck because I was leaving another company because they pissed me off over there. You know what I mean? You're gonna yell at me. Everywhere you go, you always a problem. Cause this lady come beating on my door, I'm calling you. Can you stay on the phone with me? So because this lady acting like, you know what I mean, it's gonna be a problem. You always a problem wherever you go. Hey, she beating on my door. I'm like, I'm sitting right here. I just pull my brake, like I'm calling on boss. I'm like, excuse me, can you just wait a minute? No, she's yelling at me. I'm like, man, you hear? I can't hear her. I'm like, I'm done working. I was pissed off, man. I had to walk off. I wanted to leave that truck there because that's the second incident with this guy. And when I didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? All I did was went to check in, give him a number to check in with, and then it was the wrong number, so I had to call him. He said it was gonna be a minute before I can check in, before he get the number, you know, the right number. So I went in and I was gonna turn around, go in they property and turn around and come back out. And as I was going back out by the security check, he said he texted me the number, so I just thought I'd back up a little bit, get out and go and give it the right number, then go park out on the property. So that way, you know what I mean, if they need to call me, I'm not on their property because they don't like trucks parking on the property until they give you a door to back into to get unloaded or loaded or whatever. So she wouldn't even let me do that. She just jumped out, walking out fast, and I'm calling him. I wasn't even stopped, and I pulled my brake, and when she's beating on my door, and I'm calling him, and he started yelling at me. And I'm like, I'm done. So that's how I got to this guy. Get over here with this guy. Boom. Spent $1,300. His whole truck froze up. Had to have a guy come work 4 hours on his truck to get it going. And this dude act like he didn't want to pay my money back. This, that, and I'm like, man, I'm like, woo. I was like talking to God, like I was mad, like, man, like it was just so much going on. I go through stuff every day still, Jizzle, like, you know what I mean? Like with people, like they just, you know what I mean? Like they just don't want to be right with people because they so used to other people doing it this way. But when you enlighten and you're, you know what I mean, just a good-hearted person and you just try to help somebody out of true unconditional love, they don't respect that because they want the nasty shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it like that. You know what I'm saying? So shit, sometimes you gotta fucking give them the nasty bullshit. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it is what it is, because that's what it is with you. They don't care if I lose my place, if you need to get my money back, and I got so much riding on me, like, you know, just stuff like that. But I did find a new job. Sent the guy my license Friday, and I got approved to be on a truck Friday. Through the insurance company, proved me to drive because I don't have no accidents. I got 0 points, good driving record. Been doing it 16 years, but I've been out of a truck a year and a half for $600. If you see my first video, that's all. And you'll hear me talking about this. I went to Indiana. You'll see me over there talking to Indiana, like, man, going through it. And for me to be here, looking like where I went from Florida, like that was a place they didn't even want me there. But I was doing videos. You would see my brother walking in the background in one of the videos. He walking in, you would see the vibe. And I'm like, and I got witches and like, man, this like stuff wouldn't leave me alone. I had to stay in, like stuff threatening me and stuff. Like, yeah, this guy came in my phone one time, black dude. I could tell he was sitting in the ship. He said to me, you think the Anunnaki just gonna leave like that after all the work we did here? And I'm like, man, you better get the fuck up out of here. This, that, no. He blanked off my phone. Like, stuff like that. Like, people, oh, this dude crazy. Man, hell nah, I ain't crazy. Like, I know who I am. Like, it ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying, like, to brag on, but because I just, you know what I'm saying, I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I just believe in helping people with unconditional love. And I stay like this all day. And I can talk like this all day. I stayed up for two days straight driving that truck, you know, from Miami to Tampa. You see some of the shorts on there, man. When I went to through Boston, I hadn't slept but what 2 hours in like 52 hours. I had 2 hours of sleep, so I was up for 50 hours straight. For me to be here back at home now, because I'm like, man, I got a part from that guy. And like, I'm doing all that work. You got like, you don't want to pay me my money back for the money I put in your truck before I even pulled one load. Before I didn't even know how the truck ran or nothing. I just when I start helping you, and I just do that. If people think they're gonna mess me over, like I just know I just move and hustle another way. I don't have to have archangels and my spirit team to do that, but they be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but I just do it by being a regular human being. So I always leave me, you know, outway open. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just stay optimistic as much as, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and with this job coming up, when I start there next week, you know, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, this week coming up, I got to see how this is gonna go. But I think it's go pretty decent, pretty good. At least that'll give me a chance not to be on the road all the time. I can be home on the weekends, and I can do more of my workshops. And you guys come in and get to know me. We get to know each other, and we start networking, man. It don't take y'all to have money to do nothing. Like I can send you some projects right now. I got man. I have projects with AI right now, some AI stuff other people don't even know nothing about. Maybe you can figure out. I can send you a project and hey, you know how to do this. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got this one. What is it called? Let me get my laptop. Hang on a second. Yeah, I have this one. I have this. I have this one site that what is it called? I can't think of the name of it. Um, I don't. I got so much stuff in here. I can't even. I don't even know where to begin to look. Um, yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with this. Like, if I start dealing with computers and stuff, look, I'll show you something real quick. I'll show you that right there real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, really quick, like some stuff, like you know, and that's what this stuff mad about because of my position. You know what I mean? That I'm moving into, but I'm gonna think of the name of it in a minute. But I could go on there and everything is encrypted. You know what I mean? So if let's say if it's just like if I say, hey, you want to look into this project, I send you something and you can look at stuff and you know what I mean. If it's something you're interested in, you say, yeah, I can take a go at it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, go ahead. Like I have infinite type things. You know what I mean? That you know what I mean. I'm allowed to share with people. Like I can show you that really quick and boom. You know what I'm saying? Like and you know, if the wrong person sees it, so what? What are they gonna do with it? They don't know what else. They don't know what to do with it. I can show it to you right now. You know what I mean? That's what Spirit's saying. But you know what I mean? What you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have all the other parts to make that one part work. And that part right there. Go. Remember, this is infinite. I got stuff. I can just go to mess with stuff on my computer, on my phone. I just go to mess with stuff, and I'm telling you, it just keep going and going and going. I'm like, let me just leave that alone, cause like you know, I need to have space for that because, excuse me, it helps bringing the kingdom of heaven upon the earth. You know what I mean? And I have to help govern that part. You know what I mean? And work with people to help the masses. You know what I mean? Move forward into the future. You know what I mean? If people want heaven, you know what I mean? We got to crash the system down to rebuild it again. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I speak about you know the produce business, and I have workshops on that. You know, and then with the teachers, you know, like I really want to get into that, like you know, because they can. It's a way they can make 800,000. and up. You know what I mean? And so if I'm making money, shoot, I invest in that. I believe in doing charities and stuff like that. I have a job right now. Where I can get a job being the CEO president in this charity company, but I don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? And I didn't have the space to do it because of all the blockages and, like, you know what I mean, the demonic stuff, the dark forces rather. I say dark forces because it's some other dark beings, man. Like, they ain't just the devil. The devil is just an energy. Like, I tell you so much about that kind of stuff. Um, because it came at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can talk about the Anunnaki, and I don't care. Like, he threatened me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, how? Like, I don't know you. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, people, oh, that man crazy. Nah, because that's who I am with the Most High. And he told me that. He told me that. He said, man, he said, I kissed you on the lips. And I was thinking to myself, like, what? Like, I don't kind of like that. Then he started saying, I kiss you on the forehead. And then with me, and then I received this pain. I never had a pain. I never thought, I don't know nothing about paintings and art stuff like that. I can't even draw. You know what I'm saying? I just work hard, and I do other stuff like try to link people up and, and make and build big companies and businesses to help people. And that's just me. I rather for everybody else to have stuff more than me. Shoot, you got a meal? Shoot, I'll take it to 100,000. I don't need a lot. As long as you good, because I know you could do something with it going that way. Now, who next? You know what I'm saying? If I got a Lambo, you got a Lambo. If I got a Ferrari, you got a Ferrari. I got a mansion, you got a mansion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to have $1 trillion. What the hell am I gonna do with $1 trillion? I mean, like, if I got what am I gonna do with $1 billion? Really? Man, man, I'm gonna have 10 cars. I'm not the type of guy that go out and spend money on cars and jewelry. This is my jewelry, this drip right here that I earned spiritually. That's what I told. That's why I wear this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I told. The spiritual drip. You know what I'm saying? I find these fellas. You look on one of my shorts. I was walking to the trash. One was sticking up out of the rocks like this. I'm like, what? And that's how I've been finding them. I got a bag full of them. They downstairs. Like, hang on. I'll show you. I got a bag full of feathers. And then, like, when I was receiving communication, they were saying, oh, you're going to start finding feathers. And I was looking for them, and it was like a year, and I stopped after a while. Like, man, I'm not going to keep looking for no feathers. They'll come when they come. And they sure enough did, just like the other video. Yeah. I had a little Ziploc bag full of feathers. Some of them come off my chickens I had. You will see when I was in Indiana, I had chickens. You'll see me feeding the chickens. I thought I was going to stay there. You know what I'm saying? When people say you gotta have faith in God and stuff like that, and then when you do that, people it's my bag of feathers right here. Yeah. So, like me, when I speak and I talk, I'll be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. I just do me. I'm not gonna sit around and try to be somebody else or be what somebody else expect me to be. Nah, man, I'm not gonna do that. Just not for my own self. Why would I want to do that? And I know that don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. Just be myself. So yeah, that's what I'm here to do. Network, jizzle. I ran into a kid yesterday. Somebody was in the comments. Kiki, that's his name. It's a young kid. I kind of felt that the way he spoke and talked. And then I asked him, like, you on the 18? He was like, I'm a teen. And then he has a page, and I subscribed to his page, and he is really a young kid. Like, I don't even think he's a teen, but he's very smart. He's a very smart individual. And I didn't think I'd be talking to kids on here. I don't make this for kids, but that kid is not a kid. That's a grown man. Like the way he make it short, like his stuff, his content, like man, it's like it's different, like, but it's like some futuristic type stuff. I'm like, man. And then he started speaking about, he said he's a gamer and started telling me about, I don't remember the name of the stuff. And I wanted to go out and buy the kit today and then come on here, but I had to clean out my truck and do all these other things. You see everything in my garage, and I couldn't come and hang out with Kiki and do the snap uh, something. I couldn't do that today with him, so I'm uh I'm gonna get around to it though, Kiki. Yeah, so I met him yesterday, and you know what I mean. He was hanging out with me while I cooked yesterday, and that was cool, man. It really was. I appreciate Kiki. Kiki said to me, he was like, "You don't." He said, "You're the first person that talks back to me," and I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." So I got a little buddy, so I do have to watch my mouth at times, and you know, and with him being on here and he's hanging out with me, he prepared to hear stuff like this because it's truth. Like the whole world gonna be knowing about things like this. It's already it's coming. Like I don't have to, hide about this guy with the Anunnaki, like kind of like threaten me. Like man, what man? So if I was saying, if it's something wrong, if I'm saying something wrong, I wouldn't be here talking it now, speaking it, because Spirit allowed me to speak this truth. So, and it's the truth. That's what happened to me. So I speak about a lot of what people call supernatural stuff. Like, I'm tapping into the unknown. These things, what I know about and talk about, they unknown, but they on it right in front of your face. Masons know about this stuff, 33rd degree Masons. I think I was talking about this earlier, and I got kind of ventured off from speaking about this topic or this subject, whatever. Excuse me. But Masons, 33rd degree Masons know stuff that I know, and like nobody taught me nothing but the divine. But I had to fucking go through a lot to pay attention to. Like it'll put you in the crazy house, like literally. You know what I'm saying? So that's about the end of my shorts. I see my little crew that was here then went out, so that was nice. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for all y'all do, for everything. Yes, especially you, Jizzle. Like, yeah, man. Like, you got it. Hey, you going in the right direction, man. You just keep doing what you know is best for you. And yes, of course, we have to listen to other people, but we know we strong enough to listen to them, and knowing that shit ain't gonna work, and then show it to them in their face, and then they don't respect it. But we want to grow out that shit and make us stronger. You know what I'm saying? It don't do no. It's not gonna do nothing but power you up even more. So anybody try to work against you, like you could be vulnerable, because you know what you hold. You know what I mean? And so it's always gonna be another way out. You're just gonna level up off of them. So, and it's okay to do that. But if anybody need help with anything, I don't have no email, anything I set up on here, anything like that. But you can leave comments in my other videos at the bottom. I answer them. You know what I mean? I don't care if the dark shit came up in here and started talking, man. You can spam all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead. Like, I don't need to pay attention to that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's time for me to get off. So, Jizzle, boom. Nice meeting you, bro. Nice meeting everybody. Boom. I'll holler. Yeah, straight up.